Another day in the rainy apocalypse known as Washington State. It seemed like a good day to go thrifting. Then again, every day is a good day to go thrifting. Now, before we get into my day of thrifting, I have to explain a few things. Unfortunately, the video quality this time will not be as good as last episode. There's a few reasons for this. My mic stand kind of broke. Now, I fixed it with super glue, and a certain part of it is super glued to the desk, so that should fix it. However, the super glue is drying, so I'm having to use a mic on a tall stand, so the audio is not going to be as good. Also, I have come down with a cold, which is going to make the audio bad as well, but I am trying my best. Now, today's thrifting comes from a different town than last time. As I explained last time, that Value Village is unfortunately closed down, so today we'll be going to Goodwill in the town of Monroe, Washington. What's exciting about Monroe, and unfortunately I only went to Goodwill this day, but Monroe actually has 2 thrift stores, so in the future, we'll be able to get some good thrifting done. The only downside to this Goodwill, and you'll probably see it reflected in some of the certain angles I have to use when filming, this Goodwill is, I don't know if it's more busy, but it seems more tightly packed. So there's always people around when I'm trying to film, so I have to be more discreet with my fucking camera glasses. Walking into Goodwill, the first thing I did obviously was head straight to the games section before anybody else could take any of the games. Now, interestingly enough, a product I buy later will impact my game decision buying later as well. But initially, looking at the games, there was nothing I really wanted. However, as you will see, this will change. This Great Game looked mildly interesting, however, after seeing it was made by EA, I went bleh. Also, some of the text on it made it scream like either online game with no player base and not active, or online game filled with microtransactions, which, I don't know, tell me in the comment section if it's actually good. Aside from the ever so slight mild interest in Crate, the rest of the games were either sports games or just Kinect games, which at the time I was just not feeling. Moving on, I can't remember if I was looking at the VHS just to hide my camera glasses from somebody who was walking by, or if I was actually checking them out. Every so often I do check out VHS tapes. I don't collect VHS tapes, I don't watch VHS tapes, but I seen like some YouTube channels about like the wheeled VHS tapes, like movies and wheeled old lost programs only on VHS, and that stuff always interested in me. Plus, there's something that's cool about like old anime on VHS. I would never buy it, but it's just cool to look at, back when anime was called Japanimation. Moving on, I can't remember if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I always look up books when I'm at thrift stores. I have a pretty impressive book collection, actually, and I found a lot of like expensive or relatively expensive books at Goodwill. I guess not like rare books at all, but like $25 at Barnes & Noble, standard book price, or $3 at Goodwill. So, if I want the Watchmen comic or something, I'm gonna pay $2.99 definitely. But at this point, I was looking at the history books. I've grown a fascination with been on a big World War II kick recently, but I'm also always looking at cool, interesting historical books in general. Also checking out the books that are labeled under like the art and photography section. Pro tip, a lot of times like video game art books and even like video game guides and stuff will be in there. Also check out the reference section of books. You can find video game books in there as well. Checking out the small TV. It's almost the size of a monitor, just a little bigger. I've been kind of looking for like a second either a second flat screen or maybe a triple monitor setup. I've been flirting with the idea of both. I don't know though. It's hard to justify the money for like a new TV, and after looking at Value Village, I know like a lot of like the old flat screens come in, and it's hard to tell because a lot of the flat screens are like 2011 or before, so the picture quality is not going to be where it's at. Whereas I think I'd probably just go on Amazon at that point and either buy a 4K or buy like a 1080p small TV just to have like to know it's new and good enough quality. Not that I'm a stickler for quality in general. However, I think 1080p for me is about the cutoff, at least on like TVs and such. My initial perusing of the video game controllers and stuff, like where they keep those, did not render me any results. However, just you wait. Video game buying is coming. They had quite a few of these Switcher boxes out today. I always take a look at them. I already own a good amount of Switcher boxes, but there's some rare Switcher boxes. There's some interesting ones to check out, and you never know. Like, you just might find some weird inputs and outputs that aren't normally on switcher boxes, so I always gotta give them a look at least. Cause they really are convenient. Apologies for the shit angle here. I had to hold the glasses because, again, people out and about in the aisles. But they had some cool storage stuff here. Not that I'm particularly in the market for a storage thing right now, but they are cool to look at. And they had some nice ones here today. I always appreciate the storage things. Plus, they are by far cheapest at thrift stores. Because, again, when I worked at Value Village, these storage things and filing cabinets and stuff, they took up a lot of room on the sales floor. So we'd always price them pretty cheap just to get rid of them. Alright guys, for this next part, I'm going to have to list some of the things I got because I realized the camera angle and everything was very, very shit. But please understand, it was like a fucking SEAL Team 6 operation filming this fucking Goodwill because people started descending upon me. And you'll see in a second, there's a moment I have to go to the corner and hide essentially and just like pretend to be looking at shit because people really descended. But right now, people had already begun descending on me. So anyway, you guys remember, I recently got that Wii from Value Village. I rectified never getting one in the past. However, it was just the Wii and nothing with it. Well, this time I noticed something. They had a Wii power cable, and why not just buy it now for cheap versus having to buy it online later? Not only did I get the power cable for the Wii, I was able to find a nunchuck and the main like rectangular controller for the Wii. So I've got the Wii controller things I need, and I have the power cable. Now all I'm missing is the video cable, the sensor ball, and a memory card. But we're building up that Wii, and the rest I could probably buy on eBay at some point soon. That is not all, however. While rooting through, I decided to bite the bullet, and I finally got a Xbox 360 Kinect. Now, if I acted in the past, I could have spent a few bucks less, because this was $9.99. It was like the upper price I've seen these. But fuck it, the time had come. I recently got that Gunstringer game. There's some Kinect games I'm interested in. Fuck it, the time had come. Plus, I have a video idea for the Kinect. But guess what? Can't make a Kinect video with only one game. Now, right when I had gotten the goods, my fucking SEAL Team 6, I'm gonna kill Osama bin Laden fucking deep cover mission, it went fucking haywire. I was descended upon by fucking elderly people, teenagers, kids, middle-aged people, the fucking... The hood of people descended upon me, so I had to quickly cower in the corner and pretend to be real interested in these fans until I could throw my glasses, well, set them down in the shopping cart and quickly fucking Sonic the Hedgehog go fast out of there. After fucking army crawling and going on a great fucking adventure escaping enemy lines, I was finally back to where I wanted to be. Those Kinect games. As I sit here fighting my sickness recording audio, I think a terrible, terrible crime has been committed. I think either I was drugged, or a robot broke into my house, froze me, and replaced my eyeballs with slightly off eyeballs because some of these fucking camera angles are atrocious. I barely showed the games I was grabbing. What the fuck? So I'm gonna read the Kinect games I have because I'm holding them in my hand. Not that you can see that, but I'm telling you anyway. And hopefully in the editing booth I can line it up. So the Kinect games that I got Fable: The Journey. I got Star Wars Kinect. I got Kinectimals. I got Nat Geo: America the Wild, and Just Dance 2014. Why am I yelling like we're lost explorers in a fucking Antarctic cave or something? This was a decent stack of Kinect games I got though, and I think what's cool about this is a lot of these are like the most famous ones, the ones that I would need, and ones that I think will go good in my Kinect video. The only Kinect games I can think of that I still need, and I'm sure there's other ones out there, but the two Kinect games I think I will need is Rise of Nightmares and Kinect Sports. Before heading out, I decided to check out the front section real quick. It was mostly Christmas stuff, but I've got an upcoming Christmas video too, so you never know what cool, funny, or weird props I might need. I did decide to grab 2 candles that were like Christmas themed, I guess, you know, figure December scents, I guess. I got into the habit recently of always looking at the candles because they're so cheap at like Goodwill and stuff. I used to not do candles at all. Cause I get, and I know it's dumb, but like when I was in middle school and high school, it was like candles, That's a lady's thing. That's not a man's thing. That's not what fucking us fucking men do. I know it sounds stupid as fuck me. Saying that out loud, I'm realizing how stupid that sounds. But then I realized that you can use candles and it doesn't matter. And they're useful. It's literally just a tool for making a room smell better. So anyway, I grabbed 2 candles and then heading around the front section, I noticed something that I guess I was being a real fool, a real tomfool that day. I was real confused. It looked like one of those like light up RGB keyboards, but the box looked too skinny. I was trying to figure out if it was like a cheap wheeled small one, but it was just a mouse pad. So I first thought that was mildly amusing at best, but worth mentioning, I guess. So as I was leaving Goodwill and obviously not filming the paying section, I had a moment that only dawned on me later that was kind of awkward. So I'm talking to the cashier, this cute young lady, and she's bringing up the video games. She's talking about video games too, Nintendo Switch, you wanted and stuff. She's like a cool person, but she's bringing up all the Kinect games, and she's like, you're gonna have a fun night, and I don't know, is it weird to be Kinect games, like, I'm not buying Kinectables to have fun and like have a good night. I feel like that'd be weird to be the guy buying all the Kinect games to be playing on that night. But in real life, I can't say no for a YouTube video because then she'll ask, "What's the YouTube channel?" And at the very least, she'll probably cringe, and at the very most, she'll be like, "Hey, I told my manager, I saw the video, it's in all goodwill, you're fucking banned. Or you can never film here again. Fuck you, Haytham." So I just thought that was funny. And that's one of those things that dawns on you later, like, oh man, I want to know how that looked from her perspective, just the guy buying all the fucking Kinect games. After my great conquest of Goodwill, we went to Walmart. Wasn't going to film it though. Not even going to attempt it. Because I have a feeling that, like, obviously Walmart's like a normal retail corporate entity. Why, in the back of my mind, I know it probably wouldn't fly. But I always feel like Goodwill or Value Village will be more lenient to filming. Because that's such a, like, thing. And I feel like I would hope that, like, top down, they understand, like, thrifting videos service their industry, and it's like, excitement and fun around your industry is just going to breed better profits. But then again, there's probably plenty of employees and customers and store managers who would not want you to film in there, which is why I stopped using my phone, and now we all use secret camera glasses. Except mine has a giant fucking lens on it. It's like in Step Brothers when they have the fucking giant night vision goggles, and in one of them it's like, they're not even that noticeable.
Now, do you want to see something really cool? Of course. Turn off the lights. Industrial strength night vision goggles.
Holy Santa Claus shit. Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
You know what's amazing? They're not that noticeable on your face.
Right?
Yeah.
Ah!
Man, I am going on so many weird side tangents, I'm realizing. Guys, I promise, I've taken no cold medicine whatsoever. This is just natural born. This is the drug known as Haytham Gruxton. That and a bunch of energy drinks late at night. Nothing exciting, really, except for a cool t-shirt I'll show in a second, but I'll have to show what I got at Walmart real quick. Some dog treats, some C batteries, whatever. This is the equivalent of Lazy Game Review showing you the fucking eggs he bought at the grocery store. It doesn't matter. I also picked up this dog nail grooming thing from Walmart. I have 2 little dogs and 1 big dog. The big dog's nails need to be cut. I'm worried about hitting that wick thing that, like, is inside the nail, apparently, and him fighting the nail clipper, so this seems like a good option. But check out this badass, cool, fucking radtacular, fucking amazing, dope. I can't think of any more words that don't have a thesaurus on me. Fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. It's pretty cool. I've been losing weight over the past year, and now that I'm down in 3X, it's really opened up the option where I can go to Walmart and I can actually find a t-shirt in my size. I'm not limited to tpublic.com, even though that's a great website. Yeah, just a dope Freddy Krueger t-shirt. Out of like all those cheesy old slasher films, I always enjoyed the Nightmare on Elm Street movies the best. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Free fall, you better lock your door. I apologize for the terrible singing. Moving on. Right after pulling out of the Walmart parking lot, we passed a site that I thought was sad and worth noting in this video. That old dark building, that's the movie theater. A lot of great movies I've seen there, a lot of great memories. But right now it's dark, empty, devoid of people. The arcade machines are off. Popcorn has yet to be made. Shut down obviously because of the lockdown, but it just sucks seeing it sitting there empty. I really hope it survives. I really hope the theater survives. Seeing the posters are still lit up outside, which is interesting, but I just hope it survives. I don't know anything. I don't know enough about the theater industry. Are they still paying the fees for having the rights to the movies? Did they get these rights in advance and now they can't use them, but they're still paying for them? And I mean, the rent of a building that big is huge. God, I really hope my theater survives. I really do. After a day of shopping, we ended it in a great way. Motherfucking Five Guys, a restaurant I have grown very fond of recently. Five Guys is great. It's fucking dope. The food's good. Fucking free toppings. It has a pseudo 1950s aesthetic going on. The whole place is just fucking rocking with fucking awesomeness. I need a thesaurus or something for the word awesome. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Is it the sickness? Is it eating my fucking brain? Probably not, but this recording has gotten both stupider and funner to fucking record as it's gone on, which is why it's probably best that it's ending now, before it gets real stupid. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty satisfied by what I was able to get today at Goodwill. I'm glad filling out my Kinect library and finally getting the Kinect, getting that off the bucket list. Because again, the Kinect is something I would see it for $5.99, and for whatever reason I would just never bite it. But today I changed that. Finally is marked off the bucket list, and I'm also very glad to have continued buying up the Wii stuff I need. Again, that cable, that controller, that's another thing I don't have to spend more money on getting it shipped from eBay. Now I don't know with the Wii if I should buy the rest from eBay whenever I get a chance. Probably won't be for a little bit because some bill issues might be coming up. Or I could keep it as part of this series and just build up the Wii slowly. I mean, I'm just happy to get a Wii that had GameCube controller ports on it. That was a big thing for me. I know nothing about the Wii, actually, so I might sound really stupid describing the Wii and how it works. I mean, I called the controller rectangular earlier, I think. Quick question, actually, for anybody still somehow listening to this, although I think it's been entertaining, I hope so. If you know about the Wii, if you've used one, wanted people's information about the Nintendo Wii, please come to your local police station with any tips you might have. Can you use, some questions about the Wii. Do all Wii games work with the GameCube controller? If you use a GameCube controller, do you even need the Sensible? Those are some questions I have. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I don't drive, so I have to make the most out of going to thrift stores, so I can't do this as often as I can. And obviously, I'm sure, as you know, games in abundance, I can only work with what they have there at the time. However, I think in the future, when we go back to the same city, Monroe, definitely going to try to go to the other thrift store as well. That place is a hit or miss. Sometimes they have a lot of video game stuff and sometimes they don't. But either way, I think that'll be entertaining. And that place is not busy at all. So filming with my fucking head camera should go pretty smooth. It's just like an old Catholic lady usually, or one guy. So hopefully I can bypass it. And I only say old Catholic lady. It's not disparaging at all. It's literally, it's called Saint something. It's literally linked to the Catholic Church. So it's that's not meant to be disparaging at all. Jesus, I gotta get the hell out of here before I get myself canceled. All right, you folks have a good one. Drop a like, drop a dislike, however you feel. Subscriptions are obviously valuable, but what I value the most is comments. Even if you just give a thumbs up and say good job or whatever. Any comment, I really do value comments a lot. I love reading them, I love getting them, I love responding to them. Because at the end of the day, the only way I can gauge people's feelings is through the comments. Plus, I enjoy the conversation aspect of it and just chatting it up. So I hope you enjoyed this rambly video. I really hope it wasn't terrible. You folks have a good one and you stay safe out there. And game collectors thrifting, happy hunting.